Okay, first of all, I loved the way you greeted your students outside of the class and you had them have the choice of how to greet you. That's a great idea. I think I'm going to implement it in my class maybe this year. I also like that you made them read out loud the objectives, so it's not just written on the board and whoever gets to see it sees it and who doesn't. No, you got them to even read it out loud for you, which was perfect. I also like that you stopped to check for understanding while watching the video. You didn't let it all play out and then asked, because of course they're gonna forget. So you stopped where it needed to be stopped and you asked. I would just suggest that you have students, or because it's the beginning of the year, I would suggest that you remind students of the class rules, because them answering at random doesn't give a chance for someone else to answer, and then you as a teacher don't get to know who understood and who didn't.
Yes,
so maybe like a better way would be like I told you, for example, have them write the answers, jot the answers down on a piece of paper, show them to you, so everyone gets a chance. And that's honestly all I have for now.
Okay, thank you.
I also really like how you had an agenda written on the right side of your board as a reminder for you and your students, because us as teachers, we get to get lost with time. So that was a really great method of doing it. I think I might apply that as well. I really like how you also modeled each different way of writing on the place value chart that you had stuck up on the board, just in case students forgot from the day before, and then you showed them the new way.
Yes.
Yeah. The activity was really, really great because it was inclusive to all of your students. You had every student do the same activity, so no one felt like they were doing something different, maybe weaker. That was really nice. I also realized that you gave a group of students who you explained to me were weak, because I asked you why these students only had manipulatives. You gave them manipulatives for extra as an extra resource for help. That's super. You circulated around the class to check for understanding, which is a must do. And you also, once you were done with the activity, you took out your hyper students. I saw that your student, you told me he had ADHD. You pointed him to the Chromebooks, told him to go get it. You also had him do something earlier. That was a great way. And you also guided your students back to the agenda once you guys were done with all the 3 things you did first, which was the goals, and then the video, and then the activity. You guided them back, told them what was done, and then you told them that they have to work on IXL. I just have to ask you, did you suggest different skills on IXL, or they all got the same?
Yes, when I saw some of them lacking prior knowledge, I assigned for some of them assignments from grade 2. Others who were doing great, I assigned
on level.
Yes, on
that's
level.
great. Okay, so you did the small group part. That's good. How you encouraged your student. I noticed a student while working on IXL had lost some points, and I can see how that can be frustrating for a lot of my students as well. You encouraged him after he said, "Oh, I was so close." You gave him a high five. You kept it pushing for him, which was really good. You had students at the end, once they were done with IXL, repeat what they learned today, the goals on the board. Really nice. I never thought to do that before, like read out the objectives. I really like that. And then the exit ticket, it was a super way like of assessing students or seeing what they learned at the end of the class. That's for you at the end. And I'm a big fan of how you kept encouraging your students. I mean, I think that's one thing that really stood out to me. You kept giving them high fives, and it kept motivating them to go on. I really liked your lesson.
Thank you.
Super nice.
I would put in my consideration the part that you told me about the classroom rules at the beginning of the class.
You could take this entire paper of notes and go crazy.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.